Hello, welcome to our channel, World Heritage History. Today, we will discuss the contribution of the Silk Road in growth and prosperity of the entire world. For 2000 years, a vast network linked east and west. People called it the Silk Road, and its routes transformed trade, culture, and ideas across continents. The Silk Road was never one road. It was a dynamic network of land and sea routes connecting cities, ports and deserts from China to the Mediterranean. Merchants, pilgrims, envoys and adventurers moved goods and ideas. Silk was famous, but the road sustained spices, metals, technologies and beliefs across borders. Cities along these routes thrived as hubs of exchange. Wealth, art and knowledge flowed alongside caravans and ships, reshaping societies across continents. This video will trace origins, map major routes, examine traded commodities, explore cultural exchange, and explain the Silk Road's enduring legacy. We study maps, archival art, and historical records to understand how distant communities connected long before modern transport and communication. The Silk Road began in earnest during the Han Dynasty when China sought horses and allies and exported silk and goods westward along overland paths. Routes split across mountain passes and deserts. Northern and southern land corridors linked to maritime passages that hugged coastlines and connected ports. Key crossroads included cities like Changin in the east, Kashgar and Samarkand in Central Asia, and Antioch and Constantinople toward the west. Caravans followed oases and river valleys. Camel caravans were essential for desert legs, while horses and pack animals served mountain and steppe sections. Maritime routes moved goods along the South China Sea and Indian Ocean, connecting Southeast Asia, India, Arabia and East Africa to the overland network. Maps evolved as merchants and empires exchanged geographic knowledge. Over time, cartography and navigation improved route efficiency and safety. Silk was symbolic, coveted in Rome and beyond. But merchants also transported spices, ceramics, glassware, precious metals, and agricultural products. Luxury goods moved alongside everyday items. Caravanserais and bazaars provided storage, credit, and social space where deals and information were exchanged. Major cities grew wealthy as intermediaries. Samarkand, Bukhara, and Kashgar became centers of craft, learning, and diplomacy on these crossroads. Banking practices and credit instruments emerged to support long-distance trade, reducing risk and allowing merchants to operate across vast distances. Trade also brought exotic animals, plants and technologies. Papermaking reached the west, while new crops and metallurgical techniques spread eastward. The scale and diversity of exchange made the Silk Road an engine of economic innovation, linking local markets into an intercontinental system. Beyond goods, the Silk Road transmitted beliefs. Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, Zoroastrianism, and local faiths traveled with pilgrims and missionaries. Art, music and literary traditions blended as artisans borrowed motifs and techniques, producing hybrid styles visible in textiles, ceramics and architecture. Knowledge of science, astronomy, medicine and mathematics crossed borders, influencing scholars and leading to important technological transfers. Languages interacted too. Multilingual intermediaries, translators and merchants helped decode laws, religious texts and technical manuals for new audiences. Cultural exchange also carried risks. Disease and conflict sometimes spread along the same highways that carried commerce and ideas. Still, the Silk Road forged shared knowledge that shaped calendars, medicine, maps and artistic vocabularies across many cultures. The Silk Road's fortunes rose and fell with empires. PAX periods boosted safety and trade while fragmentation and conflict disrupted routes at other times. Mongol rule briefly unified large swathes of Eurasia, increasing security and communication and enabling a peak in long-distance exchange. Over time, maritime trade and new political realities shifted commerce away from some overland routes, while others persisted and adapted. Even as routes changed, the Silk Road left a legacy: languages, cuisines, technologies, and artistic forms that endure in many regions today. Modern scholars reconstruct its history from maps, coins, ruins, and texts. Digital visualizations now help us see connections once hidden in fragments. The Silk Road reminds us that global connections are old and complex. Its story shows how trade and exchange continuously reshape human history.